This channel centers on spirituality, mindfulness, and meditative practices, with a strong emphasis on metaphysical concepts, fundamental ideas concerning existence, reality, and the underlying principles that govern the universe, going beyond what can be directly observed or tested by the physical sciences. These concepts explore abstract topics such as the nature of being, time, space, causality, and the relationship between the mind and matter, seeking to understand what it means to exist, why anything exists, and the ultimate structure of reality itself. Additional concepts like activating the pineal gland, inner stargate awakenings, and mystical consciousness. Spirituality includes practices like meditation, a journey inward to connect with one's inner self, transcend the limitations of the physical world, and potentially experience a deeper connection with the divine or ultimate reality. Prayer, an act of communication by humans with the sacred. Prayer is considered powerful because it's a form of communication with a higher power, which can bring comfort, strength, and a sense of connection to something larger than oneself. Many believe it can bring about positive change, both in the individual praying and in the situations they are praying about. A connection to something larger than oneself, a personal quest for meaning. The channel invites seekers, mystics, and meditators into a process of transcending ego, a state of altered consciousness where one's sense of self is no longer the central focus, allowing for a perception of oneness with others and the world. It involves releasing concerns about one's personal history and fear of separation to experience a deeper, transpersonal perspective. This state can be cultivated through practices like meditation, fostering interpersonal connection, somatic experiencing, and skillful self-reflection to move beyond self-centered thoughts and limitations. The core idea of transcending ego is to move beyond the isolated I and view oneself as part of a larger, interconnected whole. Individuals in this state are less concerned with their personal feelings, allowing for a more objective view of reality, a quality of being unbiased or viewing reality based on facts rather than personal feelings. A key experience is the dissolution of the feeling of being separate, leading to a sense of unity with others and the world. By transcending the ego, one can perceive reality with increased clarity and detachment from self-centered viewpoints. This state involves an expanded, more open form of consciousness, where thoughts are seen as transient events rather than absolute truths. How to grow ego transcendence, meditation and mindfulness. Practices like deep concentration and non-judgmental awareness help quiet the ego, self-centered mind. Deep concentration, often synonymous with deep work, is a state of intense, distraction-free focus on a single, demanding task, enabling maximum productivity, learning, and creativity. This state allows for profound immersion in the task, to the point of becoming unaware of one's surroundings and time passing. It involves dedicating your brain's full resources to one activity, rather than multitasking, which splits attention and reduces efficiency. Deep concentration key characteristics is undivided attention, where you focus all your mental energy on one task. You contract on not letting anything distract you. External distractions like phones are put on silence to maintain your focus. The focus is sustained for a significant period, allowing for deep engagement with the task. Deep concentration requires significant mental effort and activates specialized neural pathways. This state leads to higher quality work and more efficient task completion. It facilitates deeper learning and better retention of information. It is often called and experienced as a flow state, where you are completely absorbed in the activity or task. Achieving deep concentration requires minimized distractions. Log out of communication devices, find a quiet place, and remove all potential interruptions. Priming the senses for deep concentration, you may use environmental cues like looped music playlists. There is no single, best, music for meditation, as the ideal choice depends on personal taste and the desired meditative state. However, the most suitable options typically share a few key characteristics. They are soft, slow, soothing, and generally without lyrics, which can distract the conscious mind. Aromatherapy is another priming the senses tool to create a conducive focus environment. Aromatherapy enhances meditation by using scents from high-quality essential oils like lavender, frankincense, sandalwood, and vetiver to calm the mind, promote focus, and facilitate a deeper spiritual connection. You can incorporate these oils into your practice through diffusers, creating personalized room sprays, or applying diluted oils topically to the skin. To use, simply diffuse the oil during meditation to ground your mind and body, or apply a diluted blend to your temples to enhance relaxation and concentration. Deep concentration is a skill that you can develop and strengthen over time with consistent practice. Deep concentration refers to the ability to direct and sustain your mental focus on a single task, thought, or object for an extended period of time without being easily distracted. It is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time with consistent practice. Some people seem naturally more focused, but concentration isn't fixed. Anyone can train their mental focus. Practice matters. Like a muscle, deep concentration grows stronger with repeated practice. Meditation, reading, problem-solving, or deliberate work without interruptions all help. Consistency is key. Practicing once in a while won't lead to lasting improvements. It takes regular practice of focus to reshape your brain's ability to stay present, in the moment, focused. The ability grows over time. The more you practice deep concentration and focus, the longer and effortlessly you'll be able to sustain it, and distractions will lose much of their pull. In essence, deep concentration is not just a natural gift, it's a trainable ability. By repeatedly exercising your concentration, focus, you condition your mind to resist distraction and dive more fully into whatever you're doing. Interpersonal connection, noticing the needs of others. Human beings are either connected or disconnected. To be connected means to be in a loving, harmonious, and fulfilling relationship. To be disconnected means the opposite. There are three interpersonal connections: those between our souls and our bodies, inner connection, ourselves and others, interpersonal connection, and ourselves and a higher power, spiritual connection. Focusing on universal emotions, happiness, surprise, sadness, fright, disgust, contempt, and anger. These emotions are experienced and expressed in similar ways by people across all cultures around the world. Shared human experiences refer to events, feelings, or circumstances that individuals or groups go through together. It promotes the growth of a sense of community and connection. It often shapes cultural identity and influences social dynamics, creating a collective understanding and shared narrative among people. It can encourage and promote the development of a sense of bonding and reduce separateness. Somatic practices, a group of body-centered activities, may help individuals reconnect with their bodies to promote health, well-being, and body awareness. Awareness of the body can help to drop the story of one's individual self and grow a sense of deep safety within the nervous system. Somatic therapies accept as true that our body holds and expresses experiences and emotions, and traumatic events or unresolved emotional issues can become trapped inside. Our body holds and expresses experiences and emotions. Emotions aren't just mental, they show up in physical ways: tight shoulders from stress, stomach knots from anxiety or worrying about daily problems, trembling after feeling fear. The body remembers experiences through sensations, tension, or posture, even when the mind suppresses them. Traumatic events or unresolved emotional issues can become trapped inside you. If a person goes through trauma but can't fully process it at the time, the nervous system may remain stuck in a fight, flight, or freeze response. This can manifest as chronic pain, tension, anxiety, or emotional reactivity later on. The trapped part doesn't mean literally locked away, it refers to unprocessed survival energy that lingers in the body. Somatic therapy's approach, instead of only talking about the trauma, as in traditional talk therapy, it helps people notice and release these bodily patterns. Through breathwork, movement, grounding, and awareness of sensations, the body can gradually let go of those trapped and held experiences. In short, the phrase means the body stores the residue of unprocessed trauma, and somatic therapies work by helping the body release it, not just the mind. Using skillful reflections and affirmations can help navigate life's challenges without becoming mired in self-centered fears. Acceptance of what is, and allowing for experiences to unfold without resistance helps dissolve the ego's need for control and fosters trust in the natural flow of life. Non-judgmental awareness is the practice of observing your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without evaluating them as good or bad. Instead of getting caught up in automatic judgments, this mental stance involves simply noticing experiences with an open, objective perspective, like watching clouds drift by, to allow for greater clarity, acceptance, and compassion. The key aspects of objective observation are about witnessing what is happening without applying your personal opinions or biases to it. Acceptance involves accepting your thoughts and feelings as they are, rather than criticizing them or wishing they were different. Mindful presence, or non-judgmental awareness, is a foundational element of mindfulness, allowing you to be more present in each moment. Non-reactivity is noticing judgments without holding on to them. You can reduce reactive patterns and grow or develop a more peaceful state of mind. How it works is by recognize judgment. Become aware when your mind automatically labels something as good or bad, or uses words like should. Observe without evaluation. Instead of getting caught in the cycle of judgment, simply acknowledge the thought or feeling without attachment. Let go, allow the judgment to pass without trying to change or control it. The benefits of doing so is reduced suffering. By avoiding self-criticism and resistance to reality, you can reduce inner conflict and suffering. Having greater clarity, by observing without bias to help you see situations more clearly. Non-judgmental awareness enhanced well-being. It promotes self-compassion and can lead to feelings of kindness and compassion for others. Non-judgmental awareness, often taught in mindfulness practices, means observing your thoughts, emotions, and sensations without labeling them as good or bad, right or wrong. It enhances well-being, by reducing inner criticism. By noticing experiences without harsh judgment, you soften the cycle of self-blame or perfectionism. It promotes self-compassion. Accepting your struggles as part of being human encourages gentleness toward yourself. It builds emotional balance. You respond to situations more calmly instead of reacting impulsively. It expands compassion outward. When you learn to be less judgmental toward yourself, you naturally extend the same kindness and understanding toward others. In short, non-judgmental awareness helps people live with more peace inside themselves, which then ripples outward as compassion and kindness toward others. Conclusion. This channel is ultimately about cultivating a deeper way of being, one that transcends ego, quiets distraction, and reconnects us with the inner and outer dimensions of life. Through mindfulness, meditation, deep concentration, somatic awareness, and spiritual practices, it offers pathways to greater clarity, compassion, and unity. Whether through exploring profound metaphysical questions, activating inner vision, or learning to release what the body holds, the goal is the same: to awaken to a more expansive consciousness where the self is seen not as separate, but as part of a vast, interconnected whole. By embracing non-judgmental awareness, intentional practice, and the courage to look within, seekers are invited into a journey of transformation, one that nurtures well-being, strengthens community, and illuminates the timeless mystery of existence itself.